Hello and welcome to Levant TV headlines. The Syrian army and Hezbollah have raided the positions of the al-Nusra terrorists in the surrounding areas of Druze heights and pushed them back from the battlefront. Members of the Qaeda-linked Nusra Front have killed 20 Druze villagers in the village of Qalb Loze in Syria's Idlib province. Witnesses and officials in Yemen say a Saudi-led airstrike hit a public bus on a highway north of the southern city of Aden, splitting the vehicle in half and killing at least 20 civilian passengers. Russian computer security company Kaspersky Lab says a powerful computer virus linked to Israel is thought to have been used to spy on the recent Iran nuclear talks after being found in the networks of 3 hotels that hosted the negotiations. And Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu says history had shown that coalition governments were not suitable for Turkey, but that his ruling AK party was open to all options. Now let's take a look at the top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. Starting with the Egypt Independent, which leads reporting that Egyptian security forces have arrested dozens of activists ahead of a general strike planned, part of what the activists describe as an unrelenting crackdown on dissent. The paper also reports that the Egyptian Initiative for Personal Rights said that customary reconciliation assemblies have resolved 45 sectarian disputes since the January 2011 uprising until the end of 2014, adding impetus to the controversial practice and questioning the rule of law in ensuring accountability in sectarian crises. Lebanon's Daily Star leads, reporting that Tawhid Party chief Wiyam Wahab has urged Druze to form an armed force to defend themselves after at least 20 members of their community were killed by Nusra Front militants in northwest Syria. The paper also reports that stray gunfire from a funeral for a Hezbollah fighter in Beirut's southern suburbs wounded 3 civilians. From the UAE, the Khalij Times leads, reporting that Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan hosted a senior opposition lawmaker at his Ankara residence on Wednesday and appeared, so the lawmaker said, to be in a mood for compromise. The paper also reports that the Dubai police force have arrested an Algerian for allegedly murdering a Chinese man and robbing a bag which contained 1.2 million dirhams that the Chinese was to deposit in a bank. Now let's take a look at the top Middle East headlines from the UK papers. The Guardian leads its Middle East news, reporting that a former currency trader who has returned to the UK after spending 5 months in northern Syria fighting against Islamic State has explained that he decided to join Kurdish forces to shine a light on the conflict. Harry said he gave up his job in the city to join the Kurds after being shocked to the core while watching the rise of ISIS and thought that the West was not doing enough to counter it. The Telegraph leads its Middle East news, reporting that an Israeli deputy minister dismissed as baseless reports Israel may have had a connection to a computer virus that a security company said was used to hack into venues linked to international talks on Iran's nuclear program. Russia-based Kaspersky Lab said on Wednesday it found the spyware in 3 European hotels that hosted negotiations involving Iran and 6 world powers, and also on the company's own computers. The Independent leads its Middle East news, reporting that the former head of Israel's Mossad intelligence service, Ephraim Halevi, has called for direct dialogue with his country's sworn enemy Hamas to encourage it to adopt a less hostile and more pragmatic approach toward the Jewish state. Speaking to The Independent, Mr. Halevi said he favored reaching a long-term ceasefire with Hamas. Now let's take a look at the top Middle East headlines from the international papers. From Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that 2 Saudis who sexually harassed 2 Iranian teenagers who were on their way home after visiting Mecca have been sentenced to 1,000 lashes and 4 years in prison. Following the incident, Iran's culture minister announced that his country had suspended pilgrimages to Muslim sanctuaries in Saudi Arabia until the criminals are tried and punished. And finally, China's Global Times reports that just a day after capturing a major military base in Daraa province in southern Syria, several jihadist groups announced to launch a new battle to capture a nearby airbase in the Swada province. The UK-based watchdog group said the militants also want to capture the town of Al-Falah, where the airbase is located. And for more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.